Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Mark Causey here from Black Cat Comics in Rockin' Milpitas. Every Wednesday is New Comic Day and I like to give you some great reasons to go to black-cat-comics.com and pick up something fun to read. This week is the fifth Wednesday, which usually means it's kind of a small week and odds and ends sort of books, but as always there's lots of great things to talk about. Gonna shake it up a little bit and start with Image and the non-Big Two publishers this week. Spawn, your new issue of Spawn, number 316. Still, after all these years, one of the biggest books in comics and is about to explode into a whole Spawniverse that everybody all over the internet is talking about. Love me some Spawn. Been a big fan since all the way back at issue number 1. Still great to see the original Image title rolling out and as popular as ever. Good times there. Crossover. Another huge Image hit. Pretty recent series, but a whole lot of fun. Kind of going along with all of the icons of comics and characters you know very well, even though you don't know these in this particular book. It's a whole new universe crossing over. Fun stuff. Department of Truth is a book we've been talking up like crazy. Cool X-Files-ish type book. I'm always talking up Image books because they do all kinds of things that the other publishers just don't do. Obviously, every Image book is creator-owned, so you get all kinds of genre fusion, you get every type of writing style, art style. Any kind of comic fan can find an Image book that they need on their list. So try any of the ones that we're talking about this week because it's a good week to try some Image stuff. Or just go to their website, take a look at all the different cool things they do, like Decorum, or like Two Moons, or as always, just pick up the first issue, gotta have it Image book of the week, like Shadecraft. Always encouraging folks to grab these first issues because, like I say, they'll show you something that you just don't see from the other guys. Sci-fi and horror and superhero stuff all kind of mashed up together in great stories and great art because that's what Image does. And speaking of great stories and great art, here's your next issue of Young Hellboy. You know I talk up anything from Mike Mignola and Dark Horse Comics. Love me some Dark Horse, love anything Mike Mignola, love anything Hellboy. Obviously, Young Hellboy is stories about back in the day. Good times there. The Witcher is your other Dark Horse book of the week because Dark Horse sort of reinvented all of that licensed property stuff and they do a great job of it, much like Boom Studios does with Firefly. That's your Whedonverse book of the week. Vengeance of Vampirella is your Dynamite book of the week. Always talking up Dynamite and the great job they do with Vampirella and Red Sonja and Dacia Thoris and just about everything else that they do. Transformers is your IDW book of the week because IDW brings back the 80s like nobody's business with Transformers and G.I. Joe and all kinds of the mighty TMNT and all sorts of other great 80s property stuff. And Nuclear Family is your Aftershock book of the week. Been talking up a lot of Aftershock. Again, if you're looking for something a little out of the ordinary, something not very capes, then Aftershock has a book for you, and Nuclear Family might be a great place to start. It's a great week for the Marvel guys. My favorite title of all time, my favorite guy of all time, Captain America, with these incredible Alex Ross covers. Coates has just been doing a bang-up job on this book. There are a lot of Marvel titles, and this is one of them that are as good as they've been in a long, long time. As I said, Cap is one of my all-time favorites, and this book's just rock solid these days. Jump into the latest issue or pick up the first trade paperback to see what I'm talking about. Great stuff. And U.S. Agent, if you've been loving Falcon and Winter Soldier like I have, and maybe you just got introduced to this guy, but he's been around for a little while. I've been hating U.S. Agent for a long, long time, in the best possible way. Because I'm a Captain America fan. Avengers, Curse of the Man-Thing is your A-Team book of the week. You know I never pass up anything from the Avengers. And Man-Thing is the underrated Swamp Thing of comics. Beta Ray Bill. Love me some Beta Ray Bill. If you're an old school Thor fan or any kind of Thor fan, you love some Beta Ray Bill. Honestly, I was a little surprised how many people put this on their list, sight unseen. Might be one of the bigger selling books this week, so make sure that makes it into your stack. X-Men. This is the core X title, but encouraging you guys to check out the all the cool stuff that Marvel's doing with their X books, like this one, and X-Force, and New Mutants, and so many others. Obviously, that's the core title, so pick that up this week, and you'll see why I'm always talking up the X-Men stuff. X-Men Legends is sort of a side book, sort of a getting back to classic eras and classic creators. Right now it's all in that 90s stuff that everybody loves. And lots of Spidey stuff to talk about. Symbiote Spider-Man from my man Peter David. Peter David is one of the best comic writers of all time. If you know him, you love him from his run on Incredible Hulk and so many other things. Love me anything Peter David, so I've been checking out some Symbiote. That's one of your King in Black books. Ghost Rider is another one of your King in Black books. Everybody been digging this King in Black Venom stuff. And it's always good to see Ghost Rider back in a book. Black Cat, number 4. You know, we never miss an opportunity to advertise some Felicia Hardy around here. And Silk, number 1, back in her own book. Sort of a character that I think has flown under the radar for a little while, but it's a really cool premise and a really cool character. If you're a Spider fan, you definitely need that one in your book. And probably the smallest week from DC I've seen in a long time, but get a couple of books we really love around here. This is Batman Catwoman number 4 from Tom King. You know we love us some Tom King around here. It's a big Tom King week. But if you haven't been following Batman Catwoman, you're missing one of the best books in comics. Boy, every single issue of this has just been a real treat. And if you're any kind of Bat fan, you need this book. If you're any kind of DC fan, you need this book. If you loved Batman, the animated series back in the day, you need this book. If you like to read or look at pictures, you need this book. One of our favorite titles going on. So pick up the first issue if you've missed out. Catch up to number 4. Because it's really, really great. And Strange Adventures is your other Tom King book of the week. Like I say, we never miss an opportunity to talk him up. He does just really, really great stuff, interesting stuff. Not a whole lot of people know Adam Strange anymore, so it's been really great to see him reintroduced to the comic reading public. The Flash. It's about your only core DC title this week. He's been on hiatus for a little bit. This is your Infinite Frontier issue after all of the Future State stuff. Good times. And Other History of the DCU rounds us out this week. That's your Black Label book. Big magazine sized, more room for the art, as we always like to say. Cool stuff. And that's obviously your Katana issue. Super cool. So like I say, very, very small week, but lots of great stuff. Fifth Wednesdays are an opportunity to try something new, something fun, something exciting, or catch up on some of the titles that you might have fallen behind on. So go to black-cat-comics.com, click on shop, click on new this week, take a look at all the books I've been talking about, read them through the week, and then tune in Saturday for Comic Shop Talk Live as we talk all about your favorite books from the week. That's all we got for you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on Saturday.